When you're building your network marketing business, do you ever get a situation where you seem like it's going well with your prospect, right? They seem positive. They probably even look at a presentation of some sort. You send them a link, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden, when you come to get back to them, you can just feel the change in the temperature of the conversation and the exchange. You're like, I thought this was going like this, and it's just like, woo, dropped. I can't whistle very well, so I'll do a woo, woo, drop right down. You're like, how did this happen? There's many reasons it could be. I did a bit of research into this and I found out that when I was having that experience a good few years ago, what was happening was a lot of people think about how they gain their information, do their research these days. They go Google or they go on Facebook. They basically social media fact check you and what you're promoting, right? And this is happening to you whether somebody tells you it or not. They'll typically say, oh, it'll be better next month, or no, I just don't think it's good timing, or, I've changed my mind, or they just ghost you, right? This is usually because they went on Google and they were like, oh my goodness, like scam, pyramid, even worse, they don't find anything and they're like, is this even real? So what I want you to do is I want you to minimize that effect, because we know pretty much, unless you're in a terrible company, which you should know by now if you are, the vast majority of companies in our industry are great companies. Great people own them, ethical people, good products, good compensation plans. Like, these are great businesses that can help a lot of people, especially in the times we're experiencing right now. I sold 50 grand's worth of debt like 9, 10 years ago, and I've gone on to build an amazing life because of this business model. So I'm very passionate about it. So the last thing we want is some 17-year-old spotty kid in his parents' basement trying to get cheap traffic by like, oh, a lot of people Google this company, let me put scam, because people will be like, what did you say? And come to my website and try and sell them stuff. That's basically what most of these scam claims are, right? Either failed reps that are bitter and don't want to admit that they're the failure, not the company. It wasn't that it didn't work, it's that you didn't work. Or they want to go out there and poke holes in something else to gain attention at what they're doing. Or they're just very, very unhappy and sad, and it makes them feel better to be negative about anything else that's out there that's making waves. So we know this isn't true facts, but your prospects do not. They think Google is true. They think Facebook is true. So please don't leave that to chance. It is going to be what your prospects do. Even if you know them, because you're talking to something about them that is unfamiliar, network marketing, they're going to want to feel like they've made a sensible choice. They're going to want to go and look on Facebook, Google, or both. They're going to do that just like you would, right? You read the reviews on Amazon. They're looking for information to feel I made a smart choice. So this is why I highly encourage you to have a few basic online tools in place. Because if you don't, I really don't know how you'll compete. I really don't. You're just going to get squashed out by the rest of the marketplace. So I believe you should have a basic website of some sort. Whether you use an external service, such as like a ClickFunnels or something like that, or WordPress, you want to create a homepage which is under your name, so that when people Google you, that's always going to be the first result. It should be, right? It'll be your social media accounts, Facebook, LinkedIn. And if your website is named like richardmathew.com, is named after Richard Mathew, somebody searches Richard Mathew, that's always going to be right up there in the search results. So you want to have that same control over your information, because you're not going to stop negativity. There's always going to be negativity out there. But if people can at least see your information in the mix and they can click on that and they can gain an insight, a balanced view, goes a long way. Like, people aren't expecting everything to be squeaky clean. Sometimes it makes them wonder if it is. They're expecting spammers and scammers are out there everywhere, right? They're expecting someone to be upset by something somebody did, but they need to see some kind of proof tipping it the other way. So a basic website of some sort. I also believe this is why I like to use sales funnels. The reason I like to use a sales funnel is, instead of just sending somebody a link and then letting them do loads of research externally, if you send someone a sales funnel, it's far more likely that you'll contain that exchange and that kind of the way they walk through the information. So if you have a video and then there's a button that says, click here to look at the frequently asked questions, or click here to go to the next step and look at the background of the company, and they look at the background of the company, you can join, or click here if you want to research the scientific results and reports of our products. So so anyone can join at any time, but the ones that have these questions like, how long has this company been out there? Is it legitimate? What kind of scientific backing has this product got? Like, has it got reviews out there? If you can control that and feed them that information, there's a massive reduction, maybe even removal of their need to say, well, let me just do some research on this, because they've seen everything that they want to see. So can you see how having that in a series of steps in a sales funnel that is contained within what you designed is going to be way more powerful and way more beneficial to you and them than them Googling it and going out there and going, I just don't know what to believe. So this is a smart move for you to make. Also, final point I'll give you, I don't like making these videos too long. I want you to be able to use what I give you. Take care of your social media profiles. Like, if you go type your name into Google, make sure you like what you find. Make sure there's a website there. Make sure the sales funnel is there. If it isn't, fix that. You're going to see social media accounts. Click on that as though you were a prospect. What would you feel about you if this is what you saw? Start to take care of when they come onto your profile, it's a congruent image. Like, if your LinkedIn profile is out of date and saying that you used to be a sales team member at, I don't know, a mobile phone company, and then they go to Twitter and it says that you're a consultant for closing, then they go to Facebook and it says that you're looking to build a network marketing business, and Instagram is different again, you're like, who is this person, right? You're going to cause uncertainty, and when someone's uncertain, they don't act. They're going to reject. They're going to step away and say, something doesn't feel right. It needs to be congruent. It needs to flow. And I don't know what this is. Things flowing and lining up. But that needs to happen. You can see that, right? So number one, get a basic website in place. You can use ClickFunnels for that. You don't even have to build it that much. Number two, start using a sales funnel to make this as powerful as possible, as controlled as possible. And number three, take care of your social media accounts so that if someone does go digging around, even if they find something negative on the company, you're going to tip it back in your favor by them researching you. And I always like to turn around to people when they were joining me and I was building a team and say, listen, you can research me, take a look at my social media profiles, take a look into me. Do you really think that someone with my reputation, someone who obviously is a good guy, I hope you feel, would be involved in anything that is anything less than kosher? Like, I've done all the research, right? I'm a good guy. I'm not going to put my name next to something that I haven't researched massively. And most of the time they say, yeah, I've done my research. I've looked at your website. I've looked at your social media. I can see, that you're building. I can see you're active. I trust you. I trust you. Not the company. They're going to trust you. This is how you can help with that. So if you're getting a lot of this negative response, this chopping and changing, people like, where did this come from? It could be this. Even if it isn't, people are going to be researching you. So this will be a great use of your time for an hour or two this afternoon at some point. If you want to know, I mentioned a resource, ClickFunnels. I use this for all my sales funnels. It's great for setting up websites and all this type of thing. You can get a free trial of that service at www.richardmatheru.com/CF trial. I think that's the right link. I haven't mentioned it in a while. I'll stick it I'll put it across the video so you can read it, and I'll stick it somewhere a few lines below if you look at the text area, maybe even in the comments, so you can just click that link. That's a trial to the same service that I use. You can create sales funnels with that. You can sell products with that. You can generate leads through funnels with that. You can create what looks like a website for you. You can do all sorts with that service. I've used it for years and I highly recommend it. As always, go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses. If you're a subscriber, I'll catch you on the next one. Hope this was useful. If there's anything I can help you with or you enjoy this, stick it in the comments. Have a great day and bye for now.